All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever it is you're seeing this. But today we're going to talk a little bit about pixels within your Foundry account. All right, so on the left-hand side under audiences, you see that I am in this manage pixels area. So if you're not familiar with a pixel, it's essentially a piece of code, script. In this case, you can see your Foundry universal pixel. This is going to be unique to each Foundry account. So if you're a label team that has multiple artist accounts, every pixel would be tied, or every pixel would be unique to each artist account and would be created here or pulled from here. You can take this pixel, place it on your artist website, your label website. But essentially, this is going to be a piece of code that helps build up audience data that you could eventually retarget with advertising campaigns. So in this case, any tool, whether it's a landing page or a smart link, a redirect link, anything that you build within Foundry will automatically have the Foundry Universal Pixel tied to it and building and collecting data off of that. If you want to take this pixel that I've highlighted here and add it to your website, that will also build up audience data from non-Foundry pages. So in this case, it would be if you have it on your website, it would build up data from your actual website as well. In addition to the Foundry pixel, you also have the ability to bring in third-party pixels, which is what you see down here under these third-party pixels below. So in this case, you can see that we've already pulled in the Facebook pixel or the Meta ad pixel. GA4, this is actually not an AdWords pixel, it's a Google Analytics pixel. But this is going to allow these third-party pixels to be to fire across your smart pages or smart links or your pre-save page that you created within your Foundry account. For example, if we jump over to my example bio link page, you can see here I have the Meta Pixel Helper tool added to my Chrome extension. You can see here that the pixel is firing properly. So that's just showing you that the Meta Pixel is firing because I've added it to my account. Now, if you're a venue or an event marketer, somebody selling tickets, you may see this Get Ticketmaster Pixel button down below. This is only going to be relevant if you're actually selling tickets on Ticketmaster's website. So if you're an artist team that is working with a venue that might be selling tickets on Ticketmaster, you're likely not going to have access to actually place that Ticketmaster Pixel on anything on Ticketmaster side. So typically it's the venue or promoter that's going to have access to do that. I've created a separate tutorial. This talks a little bit more about this, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, one thing to mention on the third-party pixels, you're going to actually want to add the full code. Let me show you an example here. So if I look at this meta pixel, you can see I have it set. There are a few options here. Strictly necessary is basically just going to fire only the necessary pixel or cookies that allow proper functionality of the page. Performance allows increased performance, but isn't necessarily creating any type of remarketing campaign. So you'd still be able to see some data points from that page in terms of your meta pixel. In this example, the Facebook pixel. Advertising is what you would select if you're actually running ads and you're trying to measure quote unquote conversions based off of link clicks or retailer clicks from our pages. So in this case, because we're showing as if we're running ads, we're going to use advertising. But the main point here is that you need to actually embed the full pixel code. It's not just your pixel ID. So you can find this code across the web. I mean, go to Meta or just search Meta pixel example code. The unique pixel in this example, your pixel ID goes here. So that's where the pixel ID would be included. But yeah, you need the full code, not just the pixel ID. So same thing with Google Analytics code. You can see here, if I come in to edit, you will see that we have the full Google tag for the GA4 tag here. Okay, so that is a quick overview of our pixels. Again, this is going to allow you to build up audience data. In this case, with the universal pixel, it's building up audience data on the Foundry side within your Foundry account, which you can find some of that audience data under remarketing audiences. And then by bringing these third-party pixels in, you're building up audience data on Meta or Google Analytics side in the case that you may want to run advertising campaigns on Instagram or Facebook and you want to track conversions by bringing that pixel in here. This is the way you can do it. One thing to note on this is if you add multiple meta pixels here, let's say you're a label, for example, and you have multiple artist pre-save pages or music pages within one account. If that's the case, if you bring in multiple meta pixels, they're going to fire across all pages that are created within Foundry. So it's a best practice to segment your artists into separate accounts, pull only those respective pixels that are tied to that artist into these accounts. That way, when you're building up data, not only on Foundry side, but on these other third-party platforms like Meta or Google Analytics, you're able to properly analyze only that artist's specific audience data. If you have any questions, let us know. Hopefully this is a pretty thorough overview of how to use these pixels. One thing I didn't mention here is that in order to place the pixel on your website, you have some basic tag code or basic detail on how to do that here. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know. And otherwise, happy marketing.